What's going on? Good morning, man. I want to welcome you to today's Enlightenment broadcast. Hey, man, I'm Jay Moore, your healthy accountant, helping you to account for your life in all areas. Guys, it's day number 36. 36 days into the 90-day sprint. I'm talking about it's November the 5th. It's November the 5th. Can you believe it? I'm talking about this year is just running. It's running away. Guys, are you with me? So look, today, what are we talking about? We're talking about the revealing nature of health. And I'm going to tell you, I've got a story for you about this revealing nature. So some years ago, I think about 16 years ago, phone rings, it's mom. And she's had this tone in her voice that was a little bit different than what it normally is. And it was, your dad had a heart attack, and man, looks like he's going to need open heart surgery. And the surgery is scheduled. I think it might have been the next day or the day after that, but she told me when the surgery was scheduled, and I said I'll be there. When I hung up from this phone call, the interesting thing about what I was thinking was, like, man, like a lot of us have gotten calls. Some people have even lost loved ones to heart attacks, but you may have gotten calls about cancer or, any sort of, debilitating disease that could possibly take, a parent's life or a friend or a family member's life. And, this call, it was just one that you just kind of think, and you kind of stop, and you just, you're thankful because you didn't get the call that there was a death, and you're also saying, man, what's to come? That's what this revealing nature is about, because your health reveals who you are. It really does. It's going to actually share with you the types of decisions that you're making every single day. And when I went to the hospital and we were there all day, and he came out of the surgery and everything went well. I had just had my first son, Jared, and Jared was a baby, couldn't have been more than 6 or maybe 6 months old. And I was just like, man, I think I was in my 30s. I was in my early 30s at the time, and my dad was in his late 50s. I'm trying to think. I'm in my 30s. No, he's 30 years older, so he's right at somewhere around 60 or something like that. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, he was about 62. And I'm saying to myself, wow, man, like, that's my dad. And I was raised by him, lived in the same house, did the same things. I'm doing the same things that he had been doing all his life right now. But what was I doing? It was the way that I was carrying my health in my life. I was eating whatever. I say whatever, and at the end of the day, sometimes, like, I know what it's like to be out and have to hit McDonald's. I know what it's like to be out and have to hit Wendy's and Chick-fil-A and all the fast food joints and the carry-outs. I know what that's like. Like, it's hard. Like, if you were to want to change your diet and you are on the road, and this has happened to me many times, I'd be on the road. You're like, you make a stop at, say, a rest stop on the highway, and you're like, there's nothing here except bad stuff. Like, what do I do? Like, it's hard. Like, I really know, because everything is around us to make us not focus in on what's good. It makes us want to focus in on today. Like, live for right now, just today only. Don't live for a life, but live for today. Meaning, eat what you want today. And part of that I can get with. I think that, we should have flexibility in how we, work within our health. We should definitely have flexibility. We just have to get to a point where we can't fall off the grid, and we can't allow our health to reveal itself. At least first, it's physical. So the first part of the revealing nature of health is physical. You start to see that you have more weight. And for men, a lot of men, it just comes straight out of your stomach. Boom. It's not like a man that has, regular sized legs and their stomach is just out. Now I've been fortunate that I'd never got into that. I never got to that point in my life. Now, I was about 40 pounds overweight, meaning I was 40 pounds. I had gained 40 more pounds than I was in college. And I was an athlete. So that's a significant amount of weight. Imagine that. I'm carrying 40 more pounds than what I was carrying when I was at my absolute best. What is that going to do? How's that going to start affecting my bones, my limbs, my organs? My organs are starting to work overtime. I remember going to the doctor and noticing how my blood pressure started to elevate. And I was like, I'm getting high blood pressure? It was like, well, it's borderline. I'm like, borderline? I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? See, back then, I used to drink. That's definitely going to affect it. You drinking, eating bad, all those things. I remember one night I'm in the bed sleep and was awakened because, dude, I thought I might have been having a heart attack. It was unbelievable. I was like, what in the world? I'm like, yo, I got my wife all scared. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I ate fatty food before, like that night, late night, I had like a burger at the bar with French fries, chicken wings, and got home. I had been drinking, got home, went to sleep, and I wake up to almost a heart attack. Went to the doctor. It was like, nah, it's just indigestion, But I'm saying to myself, yo, I've got to change. That was these things were starting to happen. I said, you know what? What can I do? What can I do? What could you do if you wanted to really jumpstart your health? What could you do? Now, I'm going to tell you what I did do, and I'm going to have even more proof later. But I'm going to tell you what I did do back when I lost the 30 to 40 pounds. I started exercising. That's what I did. Yes, and I watched my diet. I never put myself on like a real diet. I think I was drinking smoothies and stuff like that and trying to stay away from more the fatty foods and the fast food, the bad carbs. Yes, I did all of that. But for the most part, I just decided. It was a decision. So you make a decision and you do something. So once you start doing that, then you're going to start seeing the results, right? You want to see the results. And literally, I got the results. 30 pounds off. 30 pounds off. I started gaining some of it back because I kind of fell back and started doing some of the things that I shouldn't have been doing. But then I got back to it, and that's when then it came to me and it says, man, Healthy Accountant. And then that's when the Healthy Accountant was born. The Healthy Accountant was born as I was learning my health and trying to understand what's going on with me. And then I started to make a real decision. I made the decision to be healthy in my life. I said, you know what? I don't want it to reveal itself physically. Then from the physical part, I had to work on the internal. So the internal part, I think, is the hardest part. It starts here in your mind because you got to get a hold of your mind. So once you get a hold of your mind, you've got your external. Guys, I'm telling you, it's an unbelievable feeling knowing that you're constantly becoming who you're supposed to be. And health, I believe health is a jump start to growing a business, getting your family together. Health can do it. I'm telling you, it's been done. I'm doing it right now. So look, here's what I want you to do today. I want you to stick with me for the rest of these 90 days. We've got 56 days left. We've got 56 more broadcasts that we're going to do here on Facebook and Instagram. Stick with me for the rest of this year. Do something every day you watch this broadcast. And I guarantee you by January, things are going to be jumping off. All right, guys, I appreciate you for joining me. I got to run, but I look forward to seeing you back tomorrow. God bless. Take care.